Hey there, everyone. My name's Anthony Avina, and welcome to another edition of My Ghost Stories. This week's episode, we will be dealing with one of my personal family stories. As many of you guys may have known from my previous videos, my grandfather, my mom's dad, passed away a few years ago. He was a big inspiration for my mom and I becoming believers in the paranormal, my sister as well. He loved sci-fi stuff. He loved paranormal stuff. He grew up, and as a consequence, we all grew up believing in the paranormal. And I'm going to tell you an experience, actually. I'm going to split them up. I'm going to tell you guys one experience of his today. When my mom was yet little, my grandfather was sitting in his recliner after on his day off, I think, and he was watching TV, and he's the TV. Okay, the TV, let's say, is right here. He was back here watching it, right, straight on. No other chairs around him. There was no one else in the house at the time. It was just him. Everyone else was like at school or something. So he's just sitting there, and all of a sudden, he feels someone touch his shoulder. Like, he actually feels a hand clasped down on his shoulder, and he's like thinking, is his wife there? My grandmother? Someone else home? He turns around, there's no one there. A few minutes go by, happens again. Hand clasps down on his shoulder. This is back in the 60s, I believe. 60s or 70s that this happened. Not as many electronics back then. My grandfather was he put down floors. He put in carpet for his entire life. And while they were not a poor family, they weren't. They didn't have a lot. They weren't, blessed with like the fanciest equipment in the world. He provided a great life for them, and they did not want for much, but they also were not like, they didn't live like we do nowadays. Things were different back then. So that wasn't like he was surrounding himself in a fear cage with all these electronics providing EMF into the room. At the same time that this was happening, he started to notice that this potted plant that it was in the living room where the TV was at was slowly swinging back and forth. According to my grandfather, there were no windows open, there was no breeze going on, and this was not a small little plant thing. This was like a big, heavy potted plant that hung on like a metal rod, and it was swinging back and forth. And he saw this at the same time that he felt the hand on his shoulder. And he never explained that. I know that he attributed it to like an old teacher or something of his. I can't remember her name or who she is, but there was someone specific in his life that he wholeheartedly believed that was who it was that was putting their hand on his shoulder. And it was always like a joke. I believe her name might have been Mrs. Weinman. Weinman, I'm not sure. But anytime after that, even when I was growing up, something weird would happen. Everyone always said, "Oh, there's Mrs. Weinman again." So that's something I got from my grandfather. That's a story he told. And that's what I'll share with you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this, my ghost story. That's the only story I'm going to tell today. If I have one more, I'm going to save for another episode, probably next week's. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. In the comments below, tell me a story that maybe your grandparents or your great grandparents or someone in your family told told you about when they were growing up back in the day. Leave your comments and thoughts on that down below. Thank you guys for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you check out all the social networking links down below, especially the links for my new short story Bedtime, available in paperback and Kindle edition. The Kindle edition is for pre-order only until October 4th. Make sure you pick out both. If you buy the paperback, you get the Kindle edition free. So make sure you check that out, guys. Thanks for watching again. Please like this video, comment on it, favorite it, and share it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll talk to you guys next week. This is Anthony Avina, signing off. Long days and pleasant nights, my friends.